What's up, it's Cinema Shogun here. And guess who was found yesterday? Stranded on the side of the road on one of LA's busiest highways, just chilling in the back of some random stranger's car. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It was our very own Britney Spears. And seriously, Britney, you are worrying me to death. You are too old for this. I kind of feel like I am the parent of a reckless teenager every time I look into what Britney Spears is doing. And I know I've been on record saying that nothing Britney Spears does will surprise me anymore, but I'm not going to lie. This situation kind of caught me off guard, and in a weird way, even though this is a kind of scary situation that Britney was in a weird way, it's relieving to me. Because at least I know for this moment, for this duration of time that she spent stuck on that highway, that she was not spinning in circles in her living room. If it takes Britney Spears getting stuck on the highway for her not to be stuck twirling in circles surrounded by dog poop in her living room, then you know what? Hey, so be it. But let's go ahead and look into this situation because I don't know, it raises some questions in my mind. Britney Spears supposedly ran out of gas in the middle of LA's busiest freeway and had to call police for assistance. The 40-year-old star was in her white Mercedes-Benz as she blocked the third lane southbound on the 101 north of Balboa Boulevard, according to law enforcement. Police had received a call around 10 p.m. and found Britney in the back seat of a passerbuyer's car when they arrived at the scene. Britney told the officers that she ran out of gas while driving and her car stalled out in the middle of the highway. After California Highway Patrol stopped traffic on the freeway for Britney, a law enforcement officer got into the driver's seat of Britney's Mercedes-Benz. Britney sat in the passenger seat as the vehicle proceeded to be pushed to safety. Law enforcement waited with Britney until her husband, Sam the Scam Asghari, arrived to pick her up. Wow. Okay, first and foremost, let's address the elephant in the room. Why in the hell does someone that, is in Britney's financial position, someone as rich as Britney, why is she running out of gas in the middle of the highway? It makes no sense. Now, I know this may sound mean, but I'm just going to keep it real here with you folks. Britney Spears doesn't know how to pump her own gas. I'm surprised that Britney Spears is even driving by herself. And that kind of scares me. Don't get me wrong. Britney Spears is old enough to do what she wants, but I don't know. Thinking about Britney behind the wheel scares me. I wouldn't want to be on the highway next to Britney, and I damn sure wouldn't want to be in that passenger seat next to Britney. But hearing that Britney is out here on her own riding around, that's kind of scary as well because she wasn't with any bodyguards. She wasn't with Sam. It's just Britney. Out here all on her own in this big, crazy world, and people are crazy these days. You don't see celebrities as big as Britney riding around by themselves much, let alone running out of gas in the middle of the highway. Now, what does this lead me to believe? It makes me think about why did this happen? Why wasn't Britney's car gassed up? Surely she has assistants that would gas up her car, right? Why was Britney riding by herself in the first place? Was Britney secretly trying to get away? Was Britney trying to ride away and just ran, and drove until the gas ran out? Are her assistants, Sam, and the people who are really in control of Britney, are they purposely making sure she doesn't have much gas in her car so she can't go too far? Those are questions that I really have to ask myself because there is no excuse for someone Britney's age that has as much money as Britney running out of gas on the side of the road. I believe I ran out of the gas on the side of the road a couple of times when I was like 16 or 17. Britney's a 40-year-old woman worth millions and millions of dollars. I was a 17-year-old nobody worth like $4. So I was literally trying to make it to work, ran out of gas on the side of the road, whereas Britney's a millionaire running out of gas on the highway. It's a really odd situation, you know, when you really think about it. And the fact that Sam had to come pick her up and take her back home, it just puts a really bad taste in my mouth, because I feel like this was almost purposely done. Like, hear me out. Maybe they're giving Britney a sense of freedom and Britney feels like she can go and do what she wants. And in reality, they don't even put enough gas in her car for her to get too far. You understand what I'm saying here? Because Britney can't operate on her own. She exposed that just the other day when she said that, you know, she has to depend on a man to order her car for her because she doesn't even know how to call a car to wait for her outside of an airport. Like, Britney Spears is in a different reality than all of us. Her head is in the clouds. She doesn't operate like a normal person. So naturally, you know, I get kind of weirded out when we hear that Britney Spears is just driving around town by herself doing whatever. But I think she needs that. She needs to get away as much as possible. And for all we know, maybe Britney was trying to make her big getaway here. You know, the story is that she said she ran out of gas. Why she couldn't just pull her car over to the side of the road, that's weird to me as well. Like, but of course she probably, you know, just doesn't know any better. Now, another thing that sticks out to me here, because I can go all day about theories about the gas and why she doesn't have gas in her car, but either way, it just seems like maybe it was a random mistake, but it seems like the people who are in charge of making sure she has gas in her car and stuff like that, they obviously aren't doing their job, maybe for a reason. Maybe they don't want Britney going too far. Now, one thing that really stuck out to me here is that Britney was found not waiting in her car for the police, but in a stranger's car on the side of the road. Now, why does that stick out to me so much? Obviously, obvious reasons, Britney's a star, you know. She probably shouldn't be going and sitting in the back seat of some random person's car at 10 o'clock at night who she doesn't know from a can of paint. But what really sticks out to me is, why did that happen? Think about it. Really think about it, folks. I can't confirm this, but when you really think about it, it's almost as if Britney probably had to go to one of these people for help to use their cell phone to call 911. The way this reads to me, in a way, and how she's like, you know, she's not in her own vehicle, she's in some random person's vehicle in the back of the car, it makes me feel like she, you know, went to them for help. Like maybe went to them to use their phone, which would mean Britney Spears is out here, 40-year-old woman, and she doesn't even have her own phone. And that's one thing we really need to think about here, because we're all trying to figure out if Britney Spears is even in control of her own Instagram. You know what I mean? So here we have this situation where she's stuck in the middle of the road, yet she wasn't found chilling in her car. She's found chilling in a stranger's car. So I just feel like maybe that interaction started by her having to use someone's cell phone. That's just a possibility. Maybe I am wrong, but that's something that really stuck out to me, because why? You know, if I was Britney and something like this happened to me, I would just wait in my car. It's not like she moved her car anywhere. She waited for the police to do that. So it wouldn't make sense for her to just go and, hey, I'm Britney Spears, one of the biggest stars on the planet. Let me just go sit in this random person's, you know, car. But of course, Britney's kind of loopy. She's the type of person that would do something stupid like that, which is why we have to worry about her so much. And even before this, there was already questionable behavior once again on her Instagram profile. I don't want to touch on that on this video, but if you all want me to touch on that, because there's a new post, some new naked photos of her swimming around. If you all want me to cover that, then let me know down in the comments below, and I will make a separate video about all of that stuff, because that's a whole nother story on its own. But it shows you, or at least in my opinion, it shows you that Britney wasn't in a good mental state before she was found out here on the side of the road. Her last social media post was literally her rambling on about something that you wouldn't even be able to understand it if I read it to you right now. Like, Britney always rambles all over the place. So her last social media post was another one of those rambly posts. And then we have these weird photos of her like naked underwater, and they were kind of weird, and everyone's weirded out about the situation. And then later on in the day, here she is found stranded on the side of the road. I don't know exactly what's going on here, but this just goes to show what a mess this whole situation is. It's only going to get worse, ladies and gentlemen. This ended, in the best way possible for Britney, I guess, besides her not getting away, because Sam came and got her, but luckily, no one kidnapped her, or no one had road rage and flipped out on her for backing up traffic and all this other type of stuff. Imagine being a person sitting in traffic, you're wondering what's holding you up, and then Britney Spears walks out the car and comes up to you and asks you to use your cell phone, and then proceeds to sit in the back of your car. That would be a crazy situation. I would like to pick the brain of the person who was chilling with Britney, because I'm sure they have some stories to tell, and they would be able to provide some insight about this whole situation and about how she was acting. I really want to know how she was acting in this moment, because I do find it weird that she's riding out here by herself, especially with like no gas in the car. Were her and Sam fighting? Was something going on? I don't know. Let me know what you think happened down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all on the next video.